I'm G.
I'm B.
And this is Lights Out TV, back with another video for y'all. And today we will be watching Harry Potter 20th Anniversary.
Return to Hogwarts.
Get on with it. Get on, we get on. Now come on. Click in it, hop in, pop out. Now come on. Running, coming up.
We're glad this, they're giving us closure. Like, we get to see them again after 20 years. From what I've seen, like, in the comments and stuff, some people, didn't make it until then. So that'll be sad to, watch. That they're not still around, but it's life. So, you lose people along the way, and, it's just a part of life. It sucks. It's going to be good to see, see the cast older, like, wiser. Mm-hmm. See how they reflect on everything. I'm not sure, like, if they're gonna give us behind the scenes and stuff like that. We really don't know what to, like, actually expect, within this anniversary. We know it's gonna be probably some interviews and stuff, but besides that, we're kind of in the dark. Yeah. And wanted to show y'all something I spent 2 to 3 hours on total, maybe 4 to 5, but got a little Dobby, Lego Dobby. Oh, is his head tilted?
It's just kind of hard to focus. I think, bring him a little closer, maybe it'll focus.
Well, yeah. Y'all can see him. Yeah. It's Dobby.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah. A little tribute to our little guy, Dobby. We lost him in Deathly Hallows Part 1. Very sad scene. But, yeah, I thought this would be nice. A nice little, thing to have around. But, yeah. Hope y'all like it.
He had a cake, too, but
yeah,
I'm not sure where that's at right now.
But yeah, don't forget to drop a like if you enjoy our reaction. Comment any facts or anything we might have missed. And missing something. Oh yeah. Subscribe or you will get a slug spell casted on you.
Last time. Here's your last chance to become a slug.
Yeah, actually last time. But yeah, we're about to get into it. Let's go. That music. This looks like around Christmas time. This Neville.
That's crazy.
How much older he looks, man. That's crazy, man. Emma Watson.
Robbie.
It's so different seeing them in the non-Hagrid outfit, right, without all the hair, and look at the train. Oh my gosh, Jenny.
Yes.
And what you call it? I'm trying to remember her name. Bellatrix. Man, it's only been a month and I forgot her name already. The girl, the weirder girl.
Oh,
trying to remember.
Dang.
Yeah, I can't believe I forgot it. Y'all know who we're talking about? Silver hair girl. Yeah. I didn't expect it to be like a whole scene pack like this. He looks so different without the blonde hair. He actually looks wholesome now. So that's Ron's actual name, Rupert. His actor's name. Tom Felton, Draco. Bonnie Wright, Jenny. He's so much older, man. They haven't shown Daniel, Harry's actor.
No.
They haven't shown him yet.
They'll probably do him last.
Daniel Radcliffe, baby. That's a beautiful scene, man.
Yes.
I don't think this is the 20th anniversary from Deathly Hallows because that's impossible. But wouldn't it just be from the very first Harry Potter movie?
Maybe.
Since it was so old.
I don't know. We'll have to look it up after.
There he is.
He couldn't know that at this very moment, people meeting in secret and saying in hushed voices, to Harry Potter.
2001. So that was probably 2021 when this came out. Oh, it has chapters? Mm-hmm. So it's going over like 2 of the movies at the same time. Okay.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
Last time we were here, you were shorter.
I'm just...
How iconic for the director's name to be Chris Columbus.
When the books came out, queues of kids ran the block. I mean, thousands of them all.
About 8 years old. I think that's when the first one came out. It became like our family thing.
Crazy. Like reading the books to, starring in the movies.
At the time of reading, we instantly related to...
They're actually twins in real life.
I mean, they had to be for them to...
No, some people, they can,
That's true.
edit two
That's
of
cool.
them. So it's cool to see that they're actual, like, twins,
I just think it's a beautiful, creative outlook on
Luna.
life.
That's her name.
And you suddenly realize the power of writing.
The search for Harry Potter was insane.
3 main roles in the multi-million...
You know how many people probably auditioned for it?
So many.
So we ended up going over the road and bought 2 identical matching tops. Just off the rack. Just off the rack. They were like, right, they will do.
I can't imagine any of the twins playing those roles. They pulled it off so well.
There was one gentleman holding a boom mic, and this little girl asked me, "What's that?" I think he even said, "It's a mic, duh." Like a trick, like as if I'd done it before, really. And I remember it because it was Emma.
I was just excited. I thought, oh, this will be fun.
We just couldn't find Harry.
I was in...
That's crazy how you gotta, like, find the one. Like, he's gotta speak to you.
This is Harry Potter. This is the kid we've been looking for months. We've got to get him in here for an audition. She said it's never going to happen. His parents do not want him involved in this world.
That's crazy.
David, being the great producer that he is, convinced Dan's father to bring Dan in for an audition, and that's basically when we got our Harry Potter.
Crazy.
That's a dragon egg.
What is it?
That's what that is.
I was a very happy kid who had a really haunted quality, apparently.
Seeing this kid sitting there talking, and I just thought, yep, that's him. Thank God we found him.
Yeah.
Look at them.
We screen tested the 3 of them together to make sure that they all had this chemistry, which immediately...
And chemistry they did.
And action.
I checked this out first term for a bit of light reading. This is light. Shut up. Nicholas Flamel, the only known maker of the Sorcerer's Stone. The what?
Good job.
Oh, it's
Some
so
talented
cute.
kids. Look at them after.
How do we all feel being back and talking about this?
It doesn't feel like much time has passed. I have had kidney stones and a baby.
Me walking out of my dressing room and seeing, like, another, like, young brown-haired boy, you're clearly another Harry. We'd been out of the studios, they told us we got the parts, and they were like, there is now going to be a lot of media outside you.
Dang.
So far, it's sort of turned things upside down.
Emma was arguably the smartest person on the set, and I'm talking about everybody.
I think I'm scarily like my character.
Dan kind of was Harry.
How do you feel about becoming famous?
Be cool.
I want everyone to feel comfortable. I want everyone to feel like they're home.
They're babies. It's so hard
Yeah.
for me to see them that young and remember that they actually played in it that young.
Yeah, they were that young when they started the whole franchise.
First several weeks on the film, the kids are basically in shock.
Yeah.
They kept us having fun the whole time. Chris Columbus made the atmosphere very much like a fun fair. We were very...
Patty cake.
So I just learned how to play slam. But all of us, like, red.
I wonder if they ever had to be like, kids, calm down.
We're on set.
All right, guys, stop smacking each other's
Made their
hands.
jobs harder for themselves by letting us have as much fun as we had because it distracted us from...
Oh, they let them. Okay, that makes sense.
For the other viewers, get a mousetrap.
Because it doesn't feel like as much pressure if you're having fun.
Look, he tried to put a mousetrap on his nose. And
They couldn't contain their excitement long enough to focus on an entire scene.
Guys.
I'd worked with kids a lot, and he
oh, Hagrid.
used to go down on his knees to talk to them and huddle around so nobody could hear.
I like how they didn't have to change their accents to play
Yes,
the
like
characters.
they are who they are.
But yeah, they all have the same exact accents.
No. Did you really think? Of course, he's reuse it. Time to go back to your room,
Remember we had the tape on here? When he broke it?
Fancy seeing you boys here.
Good to see you, fella.
No, Draco.
Columbus basically just let us be
Yeah,
kids.
true.
I never recall feeling like we're working.
You're like, yeah, I'm gonna get you back. I'm gonna embarrass Ron in these movies.
He was horrible.
I thought Richard Harris worked here as a tour guide for a while.
Yeah.
That was no stranger Hagrid met in the village. It was Snape. He knows how to get past...
Walking up behind him.
The adult actors came in and were like the mischief. Like Robbie Coltrane.
He was such a kid, like so immature and like.
He loved making us laugh, and he was incredibly good at it.
I tried absolutely everything. Every moment I woke up, it's like, my husband is threatening to leave.
Why is he doing that?
Mind a little facial hair, I'm sure, but he's being very...
Oh. That like kindness and that warmth from you.
Oh.
So much time together.
I know.
I mean-
I spent more time with you than I did with my own children at
I
one
know,
point.
wild. I keep thinking about that scene where I get called a mudblood.
Call me a mudblood.
He did not.
It's so crazy to like see Hagrid talk in this setting because he has the same mannerisms. Like he really didn't change himself at all.
Yeah.
Some of the sets on Potter were overwhelming to me, and I've been doing it for 35 years. All the floors are real York stone. You're not going to put a plastic floor down. It's got to be the real stuff.
One of my favourite moments on set ever was the moment when all the floating candles started burning through the ropes that tied them to the ceiling. And
I wonder how they filmed this part.
Probably it's like special effects CGI.
It's easy enough to understand. Each team has 7 players.
So Joe Rowling basically did a rule book for us, a Quidditch rule book.
I feel like this should be a real game.
I always wanted to tell you this, but there was a moment on day 2, maybe, or 3. The camera pushes into you and you say,
I'm not going, Hug. Not really.
I still get tears in my eyes thinking about it. And the first film is very storybook. It's very inviting.
It's lovely and
welcome to Hogwarts.
Sucks you in there.
And then we go, "Meow."
Joker start getting darker and darker.
The first film was a hit. Yep. So once it became a hit and people accepted...
Yeah, you decided to make giant freaking spiders. That was wild to me.
I remember this part and being like, what in the world?
That was crazy.
The thing about the burrows I remember is that it changed all the time. It sort of expanded and contracted. One minute there was a huge fireplace.
Aww.
Oh, Julie's brilliant to work with. We used to arrive and say, "Hello, Mummy. Hello, Daddy."
Who played my mother, Mrs. Weasley, was just so wonderful and brilliant to me. She really kind of took me under her wing.
She must have because she's not there.
Twins were 2 people I was really close with.
Dumbledore must know you're here, Harry.
This is so exciting.
Yeah.
It's the first time I've been back since Azkaban.
We didn't know you were going to come back.
The Weasley family values. And fun.
You must know all about muggles.
Sorry, y'all. This cat is literally being chaos right now. He will not stay still.
Problem is, if we kick him out, he'll cry to get in. So, y'all just gotta work with us.
And then you see the complete opposite with the Malfoys.
Yeah, it's always such a good comparison, the two families
I mean, you've got
side
like
by side.
a real
yeah.
chalk and cheese side of it.
Mr. Potter.
Still can't stand him.
We meet at last. I was first aware of Harry Potter because everybody was reading the books on the tube.
He doesn't look like that, really.
Yeah, because of the blonde hair going.
I was about to play Captain Hook in Peter Pan, and I thought, well, I don't want to play 2 children's villains. Deeply bitter. And, of course, that's exactly what was necessary, and they asked me to play Lucius, and thank God they did.
How dare you?
Man, you were a real little punk.
He was a good actor. He made you not like him.
chances are you're going to be all right there, mate. You're going to be lovely and very huggy.
Isn't he beautiful? Oh, bless him. Look, he knows his mummy.
He was always just the biggest sweetheart.
Working with Jason was a real treat. In fact, working with Jason was not always a treat. Turned into the most unfriendly, horrible person.
The very first scene that I shot was actually cut and it's on the deleted scenes.
Dang.
Kane, I went,
dang.
Touch anything, Draco.
Dang, he cut him.
Yes, Father. And I went, Tom, I'm so sorry. I didn't realise how sharp they were and how heavy it was. And he went, no, it's all right. It's good for the scene.
Oh.
And they say cut, and he'll come and give you a cuddle and say, "Oh, did I hit you too hard?" Real, Jekyll and Hyde, that one.
Dobby.
Harry Potter. Oh.
You know, how important this character was.
We did a take, and he goes, "Thank you, Lucy B. All," and I swing my leg out. Chris goes, "Cut! Can we clean the floor where Jason slipped, please?" And I said, "No, I didn't slip. What happened?" And I said, I kicked Dobby down the stairs.
That was so messed up, though.
The shock is pathetic, isn't it, on one level, but on another level, it's everything.
Master has given Dobby a sock. Given Dobby a sock.
What? I didn't.
Yeah, I remember that trick.
Dobby is free. These parts were probably so easy because they really were friends at this point.
Richard came in and looked at the phoenix and
Yeah.
said, "Wow, they train these animals marvelously these days."
Yeah, so they could see Richard looking at it, and then they were like, well, you know, got into a cycle where Richard was like, the bird is responding to me.
They can carry immensely heavy loads, no doubt. Their tears of healing powers.
He was a good Dumbledore, too.
So good.
Sad that he passed before, you know, all the films were done.
Hello.
Yeah, serious.
Oh.
Sirius Black is an essential character for Harry. Through the course of the third film, he comes to learn that he's not who he has been told he was.
That was a crazy twist.
Because he obviously has the potential for darkness, but he has such soul and has such a warmth within.
Yeah, Snape gonna come in there and try to be a hero. Get blasted.
Nevertheless, when he turns 13, there's a big cloud, and we needed to convey that also stylistically.
What's going on? Dunno. Maybe we've broken down.
I remember we were like, did this turn into a horror movie?
Yes, I remember, like, you and I, like, man, nobody told us it was going to take this dark turn.
Y'all said it was gonna get darker.
Because remember, we came into this completely blind. Like,
Adult themes in it.
The descriptions that...
then these creepy things showed up.
How old were you?
14.
Really? When we first met?
Yeah.
I think I had a natural sort of paternal thing.
All the stuff in the Shrieking Shack at the end, I feel like me, Rupert, and Emma were just like watching tennis in that scene, just being like, this is acting.
There was Tim Spall, David Thewlis, you, Emma, Rupert.
It's really nice of you to include me, Emma, and Rupert in that group. To watch you guys act.
I remember being like, he's here! And then being sad that he died. Like, it was such a, like...
There were wonders of that sometimes as well, and that was really important.
Let's kill him! Wait! I did my waiting!
We thought they were talking about freaking Harry.
I know.
They were talking about Pettigrew.
Yeah.
The whole time.
It's a very long scene. It's a scene in which there are a lot of twists inside the scene. And it was so much fun. It's an intense scene in which a lot of things are at stake.
Yeah, we were like, this dude work. We were like Lupin working with them.
I know.
I love it. I have such a great memory of it.
I told Dumbledore you were helping an old friend into the castle.
You know, we only ever found out book.
Yeah, Rickman did, that was it.
Rickman?
He had the inside line.
He worked that one.
He very, very early said to Joe, he was like, I think I need to know.
Dang.
Rickman would have an in, wouldn't he?
Did, yeah.
He-
And he never told Chris, never told anyone. Chris would literally say to him, why are you doing that like that? He said, I'll tell you later.
They Snape's actor passed?
I'm
'Cause
assuming
it's
we haven't
Alan,
seen
right?
him.
Alan Rickman.
I think so. We haven't seen him. I'm assuming anyone that they talk about and they're not showing
Yeah.
has passed.
Just I'm gonna treat you like a teenager. And he was the first one who assigned us homework.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, January 2016.
Of course, Emma writes like 12 pages, like beautifully written.
Rupert didn't deliver anything.
He didn't do it.
And I said, Rupert, where's your assignment? It says, well, I thought that Ron wouldn't do it. So I didn't do it.
Way to use Ron to get out of it.
For me not to have done it.
Rupert is Ron.
That's so funny.
This was crazy.
Hogwarts has been chosen to host the Tri-Wizard Tournament.
Y'all try to do my man dirty, trying to act like he put his own name in there.
Mike is just this excited, loud, passionate man.
I love Mike. He was great. I mean, he was almost like he was from the books. He was like a Hogwarts.
There's just this kind of firecracker of energy who gets so excited by things. And there was this kind of really endearing, childlike quality to him.
I like how everybody had long hair in that movie.
Yeah.
Even the twins. Ron, Harry.
We did have fun on set.
We were doing the scene when Fred and George are rejected from entering the Triwizard tournament, and then we had these wigs on and beards on, what looked like old men.
And I said, no, come on, boys, really, it's a fight.
Mike just came over and said, no.
Well, of course, I was up top.
And like, just went like this. To which I said, oh, okay. So I did the same to him.
I remember gripping him round the waist. And cracked a couple of ribs.
He cracked
and so
some
I was
ribs.
in absolute agony from then
Dang.
on.
Well, he was 60, so.
Everybody felt much better for that.
You know when you shouldn't break a director's rib?
Well, to be fair, he asked him to fight.
In The Goblet of Fire, that film is just all about teenagers, having crushes for the first time, asking someone to the date.
Just like you're doing, just like I used to do at school. It was exactly the same environment, but it was just in a Defense Against the Dark Arts class.
That film was probably peak hormone, at least for me. It was exactly what you expect, and especially like the fourth film was the one with like bring in two massive groups of new people. All of them are like purposefully hot for the film.
Maggie's right in the middle, and she says, right, I'm going to teach you to dance. He picks Rupert, and she says,
Place your right hand on my waist.
Weirdly, I felt quite self-conscious about it. I didn't really know. I'd never danced.
His face.
There was this whole like dance routine planned.
We were like, oh, do you know your steps? No, you know, the routine. Like, we've all been doing a routine for like the past 6 weeks or something like that.
Build the pressure.
That's funny that you even carry that, like, joking with each other, brother mentality.
Yeah.
One of the most enchanting days was the Great Ball.
Remember the freaking, like, suit he had?
Yes.
Perfectly dressed.
He was so mad.
The suits we had on were like really wide lapels and long. Yeah, you didn't feel cool.
I look like my great aunt Tessie.
Emma obviously looked beautiful and was in an incredible dress, and me and Rupert looked like, I don't know, Austin Powers, mate.
I think for the first time, Harry and Ron, particularly Ron, as a young woman.
Hermione Granger with Victor Crumb.
Absolutely not.
No, it really is. Come on now.
I am not a dancer and I will never be able to dance. Yeah, I feel like I'm pretty rigid in that dance scene.
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
And I just don't know how to say it. I just fell in love with him.
And someone said something along the lines of, yeah, she had a crush on you.
Dang, that's crazy.
And if his number was on the call sheet, it was extra exciting day. He was 3 years above me, and so for him, he was like, you're like my little sister.
Dang, that's got sucked to hear. You had a crush on somebody?
I think really the truth of it was Tom was the one that I could often be vulnerable with. Nothing has ever happened romantically with us.
That's something I would have never guessed. Would
Yeah,
you?
I wouldn't have
Those
guessed
two
you
out of-
would have had a crush on.
Together. 1, 2, 3.
All right, bring in, what you call it? Robert Pattinson back for this? I doubt it. I don't know if they'll be able to get him.
I cast Ray Fiennes because he's one of the most potent actors of his generation.
I want to see what he looks like normal. Oh.
As children who were then around 10, 11, 12, I said, Martha, I don't know about this Harry Potter thing.
He still looks like him.
It was when I was shown some drawings, design ideas for the look. I wasn't expecting that, and I thought, wow, that's a strong look.
What the world?
So there was the voice, the sort of snake-like, whispered, husky, something that I suppose a sort of whisper voice, breath on breath.
Voldemort would have been terrifying with that first design they had.
Wanted to be ultimately evil and otherworldly, and the best way to do that was to take his nose off.
Spoiler alert. And he was covered in stickers.
In that confrontation, Cedric is killed.
Kill the stag!
That was so quick. I was like, bro.
And then he realizes that the kid is dead, and he howls like a dog.
This is my boy! My boy!
It's such a massive scene because it is also the first time Harry sort of feels that kind of death of somebody young close to him.
Yeah.
The moment of Cedric Diggory's death is the moment when the series comes of age, and now the children have left childhood
into the crazy stuff.
Cedric Diggory was murdered by Lord Voldemort.
The three of them, they're in adversity.
Remember they tried to blame Harry for
On
it?
Harry, yes.
It's so nice of you to let us do this in your house.
I know, it's so nice.
So her name's Helena.
Is get up here. Oh, look, they really don't look very well.
She got that same cackling laugh.
Okay, now you can be Harry Potter.
So they were animated, like
Yes.
animatronic goblins.
Oh, God.
We're snogging down here. What does it say?
Dear HBC,
Yeah.
it was a pleasure being your co-star and coaster. Wow. In the sense that I always ended up holding your coffee. I do love you.
Then what does it say?
Now, I said I do love you, and I just wish I'd been born 10 years earlier. I might have been in with a chance.
Yeah, crash.
Isn't it nice? No, I shall always treasure that.
Thank you.
That is in my toilet, Dan.
You had a crush on her? Her crazy self.
I was in film number 5, Order of the Phoenix.
Yeah.
Look, I got my teeth.
Helen has brought her teeth.
Oh, no, the dirty teeth.
Nothing to these in terms of cleaning.
No, these are actual relics. It's 11 years and
Yeah.
yeah, it smells a bit whiffy.
Don't put that in your mouth, please don't.
But I'm just going to put them
were
right in your
helpful.
mouth. Yeah.
Ew.
What do you think?
Yeah, I'd forgotten.
Do you remember me?
She got that evil laugh for real.
With Bellatrix, it was fun because I was fostering the childish and the naughty. I was just like, and totally anarchist.
Psychopath, yeah.
She is desensitized. It makes her feel powerful.
Yeah. The way she used to run around saying, I killed Sirius Black. This is crazy.
I killed Sirius. Ah! Like,
That was uncontrollable.
You can never really know what's going to come out of her mouth next.
You look so concerned.
Because it's like, whatever she did on that take does not mean she's going to do the same on the next.
Trying to be in charge of the scene and her just having the best time. She's just allowed to do anything she wanted. She could and say whatever she wanted and just not knowing, not trying to keep her in tow.
she could do whatever she wants.
It's all right, it's just a curious lad, aren't you? I kept on wanting to go, shut up!
He was so disgusted on the one.
He probably still hears her voice when he sleeps. Draco.
I'm sorry. Had to be done. I remember we worked lots of spells and things.
I mean, she looked kind of look on the crazy side in real life. Like, she plays that role well.
Then there was speculation of, does he come back? Can you come back from the veil? No.
Yeah, I didn't think he could. Once I saw him going there, I was like, yeah.
You and Gary and David would treat us more like adults. I loved it. You saw in us that like a few of us were like kind of ready to be like, can you push me? Like,
We're both over 18 now.
Man said if I was 10 years earlier.
We get to Order of the Phoenix. The world is becoming more political, and I felt we needed a director who could handle that in an entertaining way.
Crazy stuff.
Progress for the sake of progress must be discouraged.
She was crazy.
Abusive.
And make it a little bit more adult and sort of thematic and a little darker.
It needed to expand and get bigger and more frightening.
That was insane. Insane jump scare.
Big increase in scale and complexity.
Because you don't expected the mentor to come behind them like that.
Or, like, we never saw them, like, snatch somebody up like that.
Just a boy. You say much more and you might as well induct him into the order straight away.
Good, I want to join. If Voldemort's raising an army, then I want to fight.
Told y'all, he's a...
Ever seen Shannon Sharp meme where he like...
The studio spoke to me about was Emma is not sure she wants to come back to do another Potter.
What? She's almost done?
I did find a diary entry that was kind of like, I can see that at times I was lonely.
As a 14-year-old boy, I was never going to turn around to another 14-year-old and be like, hey, how you doing? Like, is everything okay?
Yeah.
I think I was scared. I don't know.
Man, that would have been crazy to see another actor at that point.
I also had kind of similar feelings to Emma, kind of contemplating what life would be like if I called it a day. But
because I really didn't get a childhood.
Yeah. Because if they weren't filming, they were, you know, at media events doing other stuff.
We've got one thing that Voldemort doesn't have.
Yeah?
Something worth fighting for. I'm really looking forward to watching the films with my hypothetical children one day.
It's massive, the impact. It is extraordinary.
It is.
It's a hypothetical.
I wonder if he has kids yet.
The first part of the audition is this crazy open call. Literally anyone can come.
Dang, no experience.
It was on my screen test. Mistletoe. I kind of think that contributed to the whole Luna Lovegood vibe because she is a bit spacey. Hello, everyone.
You look dreadful, right?
It was quite liberating to see your oddness as a superpower represented on screen.
I didn't have a huge amount of friends.
Which way you going, Longbottom?
I think it's great to be a misfit, and I think that's possibly why it's...
But there's something that matters even more. Believing in yourself.
Bonnie was kind of, when she arrived, she was only 9, maybe.
People always debate on whether he would have been better with Luna Lovegood or Hermione. I think him and Ginny worked though. Like,
yeah.
I think they do.
It was something I never really kind of expected, especially kind of reading the books.
Bonnie was the youngest one, so it was just a bit like, oh, what?
Yeah, remember I was like that too. I was like, I thought she was young.
So everyone on this set has known you for about 6 or 7 years, and they've watched you grow up, and they're now going to just watch you kiss.
That'd be so awkward for him.
Did you get anything? Because I stole quite a lot.
Did you really?
Yeah.
No, I didn't know. I didn't
should have
learn
told
that.
you.
I'm quite reassured by that. And I worry that if I had, I probably would have lost it by now somewhere.
You know they don't work. And they said, OK, this time we are going to blow up Hogwarts.
Oh, yeah, you got to do it, didn't you? Yeah,
and they said, so we will take your cue.
Yeah.
When you do your spell, it will blow up. Scared by my own reaction, because I thought, wow. Just pointing my wand there, and then it blew up.
Yeah, it's a lot more satisfying than you know, making a feather levitate.
Rachel's jumping up and down.
She's so crazy.
To watch Tom create that struggle on screen and really manifest all that nuance, all that complication, all that great ethical mind.
Yeah, he did a great job. Because
He did.
It's actually like he doesn't really want to. He's scared of Voldemort.
And it's so out of character for him almost.
Severus.
I remember I was so mad here.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, he has to do it.
I know.
There's got to be a bigger reason.
I know.
Avada Kedavra.
It doesn't make it any easier to watch.
It's obviously amazing to be back, but it's so, I guess, like shocking that so many people that we both thought would be around.
Oh, they're about to address it.
They're like family. You can grieve in the same way.
Yeah.
Just too soon.
Yeah.
Sad. Having that anniversary and knowing they're gone.
Yeah.
Do not pity the dead, Harry. Pity the living. And above all,
don't do it to us. Are they about to put us through there and then... Oh, okay. I thought they were gonna, pour it and then show us, like, a montage of them.
That'd be crazy.
Richard Harris was such a special, warm person.
The actor that they got to replace him was good, but it just still wasn't the same.
Yeah, but we got to know him as our Dumbledore. Though.
I know, but I still really enjoyed him.
He was good. He had that great, rasp. Like, the old, like the Harry, the rasp was like...
He was brutally hilarious.
Earwax.
There's no such thing as magic.
He embraced
Yeah,
his wickedness.
he definitely did. Of just like hating Harry Potter.
He was generous with knowledge. He was just like wanted to share everything with you.
One Maker.
2017.
I feel really lucky to have some, some little bit of touch with the amount of just amazing people that have passed.
Oh, they about to address.
I'll be very, very old one day saying like, I knew that absolute legend.
I know I ought not to be here.
Oh no, 2021.
Helen McCrory played my wife. I said, I think.
It's the like the people that catch you most off guard are the people that didn't look older at the time.
Yeah.
Like that look middle aged that you would think would just be older. They like passed early.
She taught me a lot. See, I can't even say it.
That sucks, man.
I can teach you how to bewitch.
2016.
Yeah.
Alan Rickman never talked to me like I was a child. He always took my thoughts and opinions very seriously, which I was always very touched by.
He was such a good actor, man. Like, he really embodied Snape.
The ones that love us never really leave us. And you can always find them in here.
Why y'all doing this, man?
Because I want to make you cry for one last time.
Look, in loving memory. So mean. That's so mean. More than you would think, honestly. That's something I didn't realize that he used that in the first movie.
I don't remember him using it either.
It sucked the lamp out. And he gave it to Ron later, all the way, up to Deathly Hallows Part 1. He gave it to Ron.
The Resurrection Stone.
The thing is, there's so much that goes on in these movies that you're gonna miss stuff. I mean...
The boy who lived. Come to die.
Him having to fight all these demons when he breaks those things is crazy.
Got screen expansion. That's cool. They're using the map.
He wanted to tell them what that meant to him, but he simply could not find words important enough.
Is this the final chapter? You think, since it's the last two movies?
I would say yes.
Remember my hamster? Does anyone remember my hamster?
Yes.
Millie.
Yeah, I didn't remember the hamster's name. I'm sorry.
Millie's got to stay in the coffin now.
I have forgotten so much of this.
It doesn't feel like much time has passed.
Petting your dead hamster is crazy.
Bag?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because they CGI'd them older.
I was all forehead.
So you went all in.
Yeah.
I was so proud of you.
No one else can really quite understand what we experience. It's a very unique
They weren't
thing.
too far off.
No, they
just
really
didn't
weren't,
get-
actually.
They didn't get the beer with
Kind of
Harry.
crazy.
Because I'm so tired or...
I think we have all fallen asleep in various,
Yes.
on each other in, some of the most grand cathedrals. And I feel like that kind of trust and reliance, and that takes, there's very few working environments where you get that much time.
Yeah.
Communicate without even having to say anything. We just knew what needed to be done. We were each very strong for each other.
Yeah, they're gonna be lifelong friends.
Their kids are gonna be friends.
I'm saying even beyond this, they're gonna be
Yes.
lifelong friends. Just because they built such a strong bond over the years.
You're amazing, you are.
Always a total surprise.
These films had a very different feel. We were away from...
Yeah, it was freaking somber. It was such a somber tone.
It was a hard movie to watch and get through.
Because they were on the run. It was so brutal.
Yeah.
A scene that I thought was going to be really awkward and I wasn't sure about at all, which was us doing our dance. Now that's one of my favorite scenes.
Yeah, that was the only positive.
It was like, hey, how about you do slow dancing to Nick Cave for 5 minutes? You're like, wait, what movie are we working on? Like, great, but okay.
One thing I was wondering in this scene if they were gonna like kind of start a romance with Harry and Hermione, but I was wondering if they would do that to Ron's character because that would be messed up in the sense, you know, in respect to Ron's character.
But I think it was just they needed some type of happiness in this moment, and that's what they could cause it with.
I was hoping they would keep it platonic though, like, you know, not start a love triangle.
Because every movie.
Snatch him! Honestly, I remember you and Emma, becoming incredibly competitive.
Trish was like, you do your thing.
Yeah,
I'll be here.
for me, running is a stunt.
We'd see each other do like a bit of real acting. You go, oh, cool.
That was cool.
Yeah, that was up. I guess we're all getting better. Like, they're great. Well done.
Right.
I mean, obviously, us kissing was.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they actually had to kiss because that Horcrux. Remember in the Horcrux, it was showing it, the black smoke.
I'm Hermione Granger, and you are. Ron.
The disgust in her face. Pleasure.
She's a nightmare, honestly. No wonder she hasn't got any friends. I think she heard you.
I love Ron and Hermione's romance and the way that sort of just bubbles away.
Oh, they were so cute.
He always had the same little smirk, like.
Because we're doing the kiss this week between Ron and Hermione.
What?
Doing the kiss between Ron and Hermione in
This
the,
week?
in the Chamber of Secrets.
What?
In this moment of extraordinary jeopardy, they turn to each other and then they just kiss.
One thing in this scene, they should have grabbed 2 Ballast fangs just in case. Held on to one.
Yeah.
Made sure they were both comfortable. It was almost like prepping them for a major sports event. You know, saying, okay guys, you can do this, it's gonna be great.
The way they were excited, like, get to see their characters, you know, finally have their romance.
Like, we just kept laughing. And I was just really scared we were never going to get it because we just couldn't take it seriously.
I did not make this better because I've been told significantly that I was just being an absolute dick about this and was like, I'm going to come on set and watch you guys kiss.
So I just had to go for it.
Taking no prisoners.
I needed, like, momentum into the kiss in order to do it.
Yeah, so she would laugh before.
Almost on that first take, I saw Rupert's face explode with surprise because he thought, it's only the first take.
Kind of think I blacked out.
Every time you talk about this, you make it sound like an actual horror show in your head.
It wasn't that bad. I know.
He said it wasn't that bad.
She like, is it that bad to kiss me?
Kissing Rupert is one of the hardest things I have ever
Oh
had
my
to
gosh, that's brutal.
do. So wrong on every level because Dan, Rupert, and I are so much siblings.
And I just had to just bring to the surface how I really felt about it all coming to an end.
Yeah.
Aw, dang. He was fighting tears right now.
Yeah, he was.
I would never speak up in class. I wouldn't put my hand up for anything because I very much was him. Great story of Neville is that he's the champion. But the thing that Harry Potter did for me, both as a story and as an actor in it, but you will, was that it helped me to find
crazy self.
Oh, that's smiling ear to ear.
Therefore, by extension, found what I am. I remember being so hyped to see him do that.
Yes.
But I thought Harry was about to, you know, get Voldemort, but he was already fading.
I thought, wouldn't it be wonderful if Dan just grabbed Rafe and pulled him off this tower?
Yeah.
Come on, Tom.
Yeah, let's finish it. When he said Tom.
That deep connection that we'd sort of threaded through the stories and the films.
This was a crazy scene.
Yeah.
Has to be meaningful. It has to resonate. It has to deliver.
Your thumbnail for this movie was hard. It looked just like the scene when you and I were holding up.
Goblet of Fire?
Is that the one where you were holding up the ones?
Yeah, when we
Yeah, that
did
was hard. He makes
the
some
lightning.
good thumbnails. You guys gotta give it to him. Yeah!
It's the way he was about to gag like that. A new beginning. Hey, thanks for recommending this. This has actually been pretty good.
This has been good. I wasn't really sure what to expect.
Yeah, I didn't know what to expect of this.
Rather not be seen like this?
Yeah.
Why?
Because he doesn't like the clip in his hair. Yeah.
It's a Radcliffe.
Yeah.
Wow.
You're from the press.
It's your first day. How does it feel?
It feels absolutely fantastic. Very interesting. Can't wait.
After all this preparation?
Yeah, there were some things that I'm just like, who am I? Like, what do I like to do? Or what is important to me?
No.
That sucks, man.
Felt like I only really knew how to do one thing.
Yeah.
I knew how to play Ron.
Ron was my favourite character, so it was so cool.
I get that, because in real life, people, will probably see him and be like, hey, it's Ron. Harry.
And it's like he's a whole different person in real life. Yeah.
We always will be. We don't need to see each other. Even though we don't see each other all the time.
No.
It's a strong bond that we'll always have, and we will always be part of each other's life.
No.
Just hug each other, man.
You're right. Just go ahead and hug each other.
I love you.
Come on, man. Now y'all gotta do
As
this.
a friend.
He's like, wait a minute, hold on. As for
The collective emotion was incredibly palpable. And for the people who'd supported them and had been there for them.
Aww.
Everybody who'd seen them grow up.
Oh, that sucks, man.
On that last day, I just lost it.
Yeah, he was balling.
I remember all of us just holding each other.
That's a sad scene.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it just makes you really proud.
There's something about Harry Potter that makes life richer.
She's looking at.
The tear you just wiped away. I saw it. It's okay. That scene of them all hugging and crying is like such a powerful scene.
These are the only films my dad and I watched together.
And just seeing it kind of relive on and finding new mediums like the stage show, the Fantastic Beasts, it's just kind of...
Yeah, we need to watch that. Fantastic Beasts.
That's magic. It's beautiful here.
Every child wonders how they're going to fit in. And it's an epic journey that...
I did not expect him to be behind Dobby.
I have found it an extraordinary world to be involved with. And it's a beautiful world.
How did she even think of that? Like, just this whole, like...
I mean, I guess that's the whole thing about
whole point of
authors is they just think of something, create it, make it happen.
Most of the fans that come up and say hello to me now weren't even born when we made the film.
Yeah, I wasn't.
Older. And...
I said, yeah, I wasn't when they made the film.
Joe Rowling created was the fact that you get to see young children grow into adult.
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever seen that before. I don't know if we'll ever see it again.
Yeah, because what other movie franchise has done that? Like,
There's something about those, the escapism you find.
it's some that, will have them, like, do a movie when they're younger, then start it up, like, 10 years later with a, comeback movie.
That is Robbie Coltrane, finest gamekeeper in Hogwarts, last day on Harry Potter.
Oh, Hagrid.
So you could be watching it in 50 years' time. Easy. I'll not be here, sadly, but don't you think on it for 1 minute.
I loved him.
Yeah.
The life that I have and be able to work with the people I work with now, none of it is possible without this. It was a very good 10
You
years.
don't have to wipe them, man. We know. We know it's emotional.
After all this time.
Always. All right, y'all. That was Harry Potter 20th anniversary, Return to Hogwarts, and man, we we knew it was gonna hit in the fields for probably them addressing how how people have passed on before they've done this anniversary, but just seeing how it affected the actors also,
How emotional it
how it
was for
affected
them.
Rupert, Emma Watson, and Daniel, how it affected them, just being such a, taking up such a chunk of their lives, and them, knowing each other as family, then realizing the realization hits that it's going to be their last film, and you know they're bawling and crying. Like it hits you in the feels, man.
I just wouldn't have expected her to have felt so alone, I guess, because I always assumed it was like those three. I didn't assume it was Potter and.
It's,
you know what I mean? Like
I think she meant in the aspect of like if it was four of them and there was another girl like in the main crew, then you know
that's
it's
true.
boy.
Plus,
girl,
I didn't
girl.
realize how much younger she was than them.
Yeah, and that played a part in it too. Is that they were so much older.
Yeah.
And like, yeah.
So, that was good though. It was good to be able to see them, like, behind the scenes doing things and seeing them still have fun with it, because I feel like in the movie, like, I would have never thought of all it takes of them laughing and playing because it's such a serious movie at some points.
Yeah, you feel for Robbie because it seems like he's like, you know, the oldest, and he's just like he's in that later stage of his life where he's like reflecting back and like I'm not gonna be around for too much longer, but like you know I enjoyed the memories, like they will always be like
and him talking about like his kids getting it and his kids watching it, like getting passed down.
He's like, I'm not gonna be around, but the memory of me and you know what we've done here will still be around. Like it definitely hits you in the feels, like it's very it has very emotional moments in it, like you know seeing them show like Alan Rickman who plays Snape, he you know just showing like how he was like his charm and everything, how him and Voldemort's actor like you know Voldemort's actor talking about how him and Alan were having like a sad stuff basically,
right,
like, you know,
like basically them going back and forth.
Yeah, man, and yeah, just seeing the main three like talk to each other, seeing each other again after so many years, like and getting the inside perspective of how like it felt and took a toll on them to you know be away from each other, and then the moment with Rupert and Emma like you know saying like you know I love you, hugging each other, like that was like that got like a little micro tear. I had to like get it out real quick because
it was sad because it's like we watch the movies and you know we talk about them, we react to them, but we never got to see that real raw relationship that they were building throughout the whole series. So being able to see it was just like, dang, like that's pretty cool.
And to think that Emma was gonna like contemplating like leaving at one point. That was
I could not imagine it without her.
Yeah,
so I'm so glad she chose not to.
Seeing them like, because she was leaving Order of the Phoenix, so Half-Blood Prince, Deathly Hallows 1, Deathly Hallows 2, and like that just would have been, you know, different to see.
Crazy.
I don't feel like it would have had as much like emotion like so far as them like, you know, ending it just because she's gone. Like her presence would have took a big toll.
However, if she would have made that decision, we would have understood because she lost her whole childhood to a series.
Yeah,
now,
it's very
she still
understandable.
enjoyed the series, but you have to think about like what if you have kids, what your kids are out doing right now. They're probably out at the pool, they're probably out doing stuff like that. They didn't get that opportunity.
Yeah, I mean probably like every now and then, but like most of it was going to media events and starting another film. So like like Rupert was even like I need to find out who I am, like you know I've always been Ron. It's like very interesting to like see, because like people are always like they're always like, hey, they're rich, like you know they're fine and like that, like money isn't always, because I'm sure they're set for life most likely, and they're set for life because people love Harry Potter. They're gonna keep watching those movies. They're gonna keep making revenue from that. But it's not about that. It's about enjoying life. You know, finding your identity, knowing who you are, finding other people, surrounding yourself with people who love that version of you, and you know you love them. Like it's like
it's deeper than what people put it out.
They you know they didn't really have the chance to do that until they left Harry Potter. And like I feel like part of them probably like distance a little bit from each other too, just because
to find themselves.
Just to find themselves and find people.
Who are they without each other almost?
Find people, you know, or like outside of the three who can, you know, be friends, because they know they just can't see each other all the time because they're living completely different lives. So yeah, it was very like interesting, emotional, like cool to see like the behind the scenes like and stuff. And I would never guess Daniel having a crush on Helena, Bellatrix's actor.
Me either, because she's so crazy to me. And like seeing her actor, like, she fits the role. Like, and I know she's not
'cause-
probably that crazy in real life, but her laugh, that was not a fake laugh. Like,
Yeah.
she had a real laugh in the movie.
They said, like she would be doing scenes and they wouldn't even really have to say much.
She would just do what she wanted, basically.
Like,
So that's a fun role. Just be able to
then
say
she
whatever
said
you think.
Her spell would blow it up, and then seeing her do the spell that blows up, she's like jumping up, jumping up and down. Yeah, I didn't know Helena was like actually like that jumpy and bubbly like that.
Yeah, she is. Definitely.
But yeah, it was definitely cool to see it behind the scenes and get the actors' takes, like, on, different scenes that they shot and stuff. Like, there are different scenes they enjoyed. Like, it was really amazing. And, like, it kind of gives you closure from, that one scene, like, at the end where, they were, adults and stuff. It kind of gives you, like, closure on that. But yeah, man.
End of the Harry Potter era.
Nah, it's the end of the Harry Potter era, but it's not the end of the Wizarding World era.
Yeah.
Because we still have Fantastic Beasts, and we can still watch that. So.
But still.
Yeah, it's the end of the Harry Potter era.
Yeah.
And this is a Harry Potter 1, so I'm officially retiring this. So, yeah, you want to do the honors?
No, go ahead. You do the honors
No,
and
you
I'll put
do
it
the
away.
honors.
No, you do it.
Okay.
It's been your thing the whole time.
Okay, but if y'all enjoyed the reaction, don't forget to drop a like, comment any fun facts or anything we might have missed, and subscribe, or you will get a slug spell casted on you. That's the end of that one. We will see y'all next time.